Guys, I'm so excited to share with you my updated designer work bag collection, and I'm even more excited to reveal a couple of my husband's designer work bags that I've not been above stealing from time to time. We'll just call it borrowing, without permission. Plus, for my working ladies, do not sleep on men's briefcases, okay? I promise they will open a whole new world for you to explore, and often at much more affordable prices, both in-store and pre-loved. Hello and welcome to A Briefcase of Luxury, a place where we love to chat about all things related to life, learning, and luxury. As a business professor by day and a luxe lover by night, my designer work bags and I have a very special relationship. I'll link a couple of videos below where I talk about my work day and what I carry, all that juicy stuff. But there's just two things you need to know. One, I need my work bag to at minimum carry my work laptop and some extra bits and bobs, like candy for my students on occasion if I'm really trying to earn some goodwill. So all of the bags I'm about to show you pass that smell test and measure at least 13 inches in length. And two, I don't shy away from using designer bags at work. They can be logo heavy or logo less, and it would purely be a personal choice. Now, I've been in jobs before where I most definitely wouldn't dream of bringing a designer bag to work. So just keep that in mind. Like currently, I feel very safe and comfortable doing so. I have a dedicated chair/throne in my office that is solely reserved for my bag of the day. Let's also get this out of the way. Do I need a designer bag for work? Of course not. But I'd be lying to you if I didn't admit that on some days, seeing my bag on her little throne chair at work is the only thing that puts a smile on my face and helps me power through the day. So in this video, I want to do a quick rundown of 8 his and hers work bags that have been in my rotation for this semester. And just to spice things up a little bit, I'll be styling them with a couple of clothing pieces from this amazing up-and-coming clothing brand, Deer Concept. While Deer has a solo storefront in Paris, we unfortunately don't all get to live in Paris now, do we? But thankfully they do have an online shop, and I must say, I find their overall aesthetic so structurally appealing. It's like modern architecture. And if you've noticed, I'm not a soft, pinky, florally dressed type girl, especially when it comes to work. Maybe it's a psychological power thing, but I'm not necessarily going for the Meryl Streep Devil Wears Prada boss vibe, but I do like my work pieces to have structure. That's what I feel the most confident in. So I have a couple of their best sellers to share with you, and while I think they are great for work, I also have some very versatile pieces in here that I will definitely be styling down on my upcoming summer trips, since I will not be dressing up for work again anytime soon. Now, all of those pieces will be linked below, and also a big thank you to Deer Concept for sharing a couple of coupon codes with us for up to 35% off. I'll link those codes below as well, and let's get started. So my Louis Vuitton horizontal locket is now officially the oldest bag in my collection. We're talking easily 16 years. And this is also my only remaining Louis Vuitton monogram bag. This is a discontinued style, which is a shame because I love the silhouette, and it's not too soft and casual like a Neverfull, but it's not too rigid or formal either. And despite its pretty slim profile, it is an incredibly spacious bag. And because it's so slim, it still looks good when it's worn over the shoulder. But the handle drop makes it so that it's still great for wearing in the crook of the arm or handheld, whichever you fancy. Now, this is going to be a bold statement, but I'm never getting rid of this. For one thing, I mean, look at how wretched this bag is now. I don't see how this can be objectively worth anything to anyone. Like, this mark on the bottom here, this is new from this semester. I'm pretty sure there was chocolate on a chair in one of my classrooms. Looking back, I'm really hoping it's chocolate. Did not get close enough to confirm, but I ain't crying over it. Every speck of discoloration has a story. Like, whatever qualms I have about vachetta leather just do not apply here anymore. Like, this is what I meant in one of my recent videos where I talked about why I sewed my corset in the Damier Azur canvas. But this here is how you should use Louis Vuitton's traditional monogram vachetta bags. Plus, man, Louis just made bags differently back then. And I just see this being in my work bag collection until the day I retire. And then I'll be rocking this in the nursing home. Now, along those lines, this is my husband's Gucci GG Supreme briefcase in Gucci's iconic monogram canvas, and it has this beautiful, rich, dark brown leather trim. Now, the reason why I'm known to borrow this bag quite often is because there's just something about the light gold hardware and the all leather shoulder strap that is narrower, that just makes this feel less of an overly masculine men's briefcase, you know? I find this goes so well with my work clothes, especially if I'm looking for a cooler shade of monogram brown compared to the Louis Vuitton monogram. I paired both of these bags with this beautiful lightweight denim dress. Like, I wish you could see it up close through the screen, like not a stitch or seam out of place. And the pleats in the back here are very ambitious, but they are so beautifully executed. Like, the level of detail on this dress, like the way the sleeves are designed, the pockets, all of it is just stunning. Now, it does come with a simple tie for you to cinch up the waist, but you can also swap that out for a belt. Like the Hermes Kelly pocket belt would go so beautifully with this dress. But wait for it. This also comes with a fake navy and white striped sweater to throw over your shoulder to complete the quiet luxury look. My one complaint is I wish this was an actual sweater because the fabric on this is no joke. It's a nice, thick, stretchy, soft material, like what you would expect from a really expensive t-shirt. And I'm seriously debating taking a pair of scissors and opening up the neckline and the bottom since the sleeves are actually functional. But how cute when you put these two together. I think this is great for the office, but because it's not a thick denim material, this is totally appropriate as a summer dress too. Next up, we have my Teddy Blake GG in the size 13 in this gorgeous, rich, deep blue navy color with this champagne colored gold hardware, which just complements the blue so nicely. Now, I do have a separate video on this bag and I'll link it down below. And while this bag was generously gifted, I would most definitely recommend this, especially if you are hesitant about using a true designer bag for work. Obviously, the price point is a lot friendlier. It's also a lot less likely to elicit any gossip if that's what you are worried about. But as a work bag, this has both beauty and function. I like the look of this handheld, but you do have a shoulder strap should you need it. This is what the inside looks like. And here, like I said, you have a shoulder strap. I do like to tuck the top of the flap in for ease of access, just like how I would the Birkin. I also love the fact that you have snap closures in the back, which means you can really stretch the bag out to utilize every inch of width this bag has. I mean, I honestly would buy another. Like, mine here is in the pebbled leather, which can look a little bit more casual, but I think the smooth leather version would be nice to have as well for a more sleek, more polished, more elegant look. Now, I've decided to pair the GG with this gorgeous tie-dye dress. And while I typically don't do anything super flowy for work, there's something about the pattern as well as the cut of this that is feminine, but not too feminine. You do have a separate slip dress on the inside, and the outer dress buttons all the way down to the bottom. This also comes with a matching belt tie, or you can swap it out for your own belt to mix things up. Now, I love the pleated detail around the waist, the pockets. I just think this is so beautiful and modest and work appropriate. But because it's so lightweight and flowy, this is also going to double up as my evening summer dress. Just swap out the pumps for some strappy heels and an evening bag and you're good to go. Now, these next two bags are both my husband's, and I just want to talk about them back to back because they kind of give off the same vibe. So first up is his Prada briefcase in the Vitello leather with silver toned hardware. I mean, There's nothing else to really say about this bag besides that it is beautiful. The leather is scrumptious. And it screams iconic Prada to me. Now, when I borrow this, I typically don't use the strap it comes with just because it is a thicker nylon strap. And to me, I would rather just use it handheld or crook at the arm purely for aesthetic reasons. And to finish off the look, how is this balloon sleeve jacket not the perfect accompaniment to this bag? I know blazers are back, but this just takes the idea of a blazer and kicks it up 10,000 notches. The detail on this, like the lapel collar, the lantern type sleeve, the structure of the overall fit is just perfection. Next up, I have my husband's vintage Cartier briefcase. Like, stop it. This bag is so cool. It's just an entire vibe. Like, I love the panther detail on the front buckle. And look at the electric blue lining on the inside. Now, to be fair, he doesn't use this as often, which means this gets more me time, so I'm not complaining, but I get it. This is the only bag of his that does not come with the shoulder strap, nor the option of attaching one to it. This is an old school briefcase. Also, I think this fits the least out of all the other bags on the list. Like, it does have a very generous back pocket, which helps make up for it. I mean, it still fits my laptop, my charger, my catch-all pouch, my keys, phone, etc. But it's definitely a tighter squeeze. Now, I have also worn this just as a giant clutch. No joke, simply for the look of it. I decided to pair that with this really fun pair of tuxedo pants. So these are a pair of wide leg, lightweight, super silky dress pants. I love that because it has a zip in the back as well as an elastic waist in the back, that it makes for any sizing errors more forgiving. Now, I got these in a size small, just for reference. I am 5'3" and typically a size 2, but sometimes I like to size up to a 4 because I do like wearing things on the looser side. But the thing I love the most about these pants is this front silk detail. I mean, instant elevation, you know? And it's that type of attention to detail that I really appreciate. Like, all of a sudden, it's not just your average pair of black dress pants. Y'all know this video wouldn't be complete without talking about my Hermes Birkin 35 in Togo leather in the color raisin with palladium hardware. I love this bag. I have too many videos on this bag. I 100% recommend this bag. I get excited to go to work when I know this bag is up next on the rotation. Like, this is the size of the Birkin that makes the most sense for real life me. I would buy more if they weren't so absurdly expensive. So I just decided to pair that bag with a tweed black and white cardigan. These Chanel granny-like jackets are very much trending at the moment, so I just couldn't resist picking one up for myself because y'all know I ain't paying Chanel money for a cardigan. But this is what that looks like. Again, here's the detail up close, beautifully done. You've got some enameled buttons, and it buttons all the way down. Up next is another of my husband's work bags, and it is the Fendi Monster Peekaboo briefcase in the Celeria version with gold hardware. This bag is such a vibe. I swear, I love his bag collection almost as much as my own, and I'm a little jealous that he beat me to owning a Fendi Monster bag, which I have talked about in previous videos. So if you are familiar with the Fendi Peekaboo, just note the men's Peekaboo is quite different in terms of its structure, its size, its strap. Let me go ahead and pull that out so you can see what that looks like. So that's what the strap on the men's bag looks like. So quite different compared to the women's Peekaboo, but you still have a middle divider. You don't have that metal bar running out the front, but it is still broken into two main compartments. The one thing about the men's or the Monster in general is you clearly know which is the front of the bag and which is the back. I mean, the eyes, I'm telling you, is just the cutest touch. Like, I am obsessed with this bag. And again, just the fact that it has the gold hardware instead of the silver hardware just makes me love it even more. Now the final bag on the list is another Fendi peekaboo, but this one is mine and it is one of my newest bags in my collection. But as you can tell, this is pre-loved, but worth every penny, I promise you. I know the peekaboo is not without its fault, but I have an entire video coming soon about why this bag has completely booted the Kelly 35 off my wish list. So I won't reveal too much detail about this bag, but just here's a quick spin around. This is in the large size. It's in the sunshine color, I believe, in the Napa leather with your traditional Fendi Zucca print on the inside. And importantly, if you can't tell from my outfit, yes, I will be testing her out on the road as well, and I will be using her as my travel bag this summer. Also, this version has the mixed metal hardware, which I am crazy about. So for my upcoming plane travels, I am already obsessed with this gray crossover cropped sweater. And as modern and as hip as I think it looks, this is perfect for me on flights, only because I'm sorry if this is TMI, but I sweat a lot under the arms, okay? And so this is a perfect way for me to air out, stay dry, while still keeping my arms and shoulders warm on the plane. Now, I sized up to a medium for a looser, more oversized fit, which I think also helps accentuate the crossover design. And that way I can also have a little off the shoulder moment if I feel like it. Like, the pictures online didn't do this sweater enough justice. So there you have it, the 8 work bags I have been using this year in 2024. Now, am I done buying work bags for the year? I can't make any promises, but I will say that now that summer is here, work is most definitely not going to be on my mind. If there are work bags that you would recommend that I check out, work bags that bring you joy at your workplace, please let me know down in the comments below. Thank you so much for sticking around to the end, and if you enjoyed this video, please don't forget to like, subscribe, and hit that notification bell, and I'll see you next time.